Hey y'all, I'm back. It's just Rhonda. Welcome to my channel. I'm here to talk about Married to Medicine season 10, episode 7. Before we get into it, will you please go ahead and like the video and subscribe to my channel? Thank you very much. This, I mean, is really like kind of hard to decide where to start with this nonsense because there's so much going on. And I don't know if it's like that now because of like people doing their own reviews and all of that stuff. And it's a whole lot of back information involved. Back in the day, we used to just watch the show and form an opinion based on what we see, right? Now we know production is over here, flim flamming the thing around to make, I don't know what they think they're making because the stuff that we like is the stuff that's more organic, but that's neither here or there. Let's get into Married to Medicine. We pick up this argument between Quad and Heavenly, and Heavenly is at the end of the table calling Quad a liar and a user. And thing one, does Quad use Heavenly or does she react to the stuff that Heavenly does? Because Heavenly's mouth is so reckless. I mean, it is what it is. But Quad is also very dramatic and sensitive, and I feel like Heavenly is not dumb. And sometimes you have to like know your audience and know like who could take it. I have a very sarcastic nature and humor. So I don't get all bent out of shape when somebody says something slick. I just say something slick too. And then, nothing below the belt. I'm just saying, that's not my character. So, but Quad is different. She's a sensitive person, so you got to be careful. And I mean, I feel like the stuff that Heavenly says is damaging to your character, calling her a hoe and saying that she sleeps with married men. You know what I'm saying? And it would and not imply that she seeks out married men, but it would imply that she has done this in the past. So it's almost like, it's just below the belt shit. So I don't know who's using who. Also, Quad is very much not Quad. Heavenly is very much under the influence of Dr. Jackie. It's interesting, especially with the things that have, played out across the internet streets. Jackie sits at the table and says to Quad, accountability is necessary and it comes with action. And I'm like, what action is she supposed to, exercise here? What is this action? And Dr. Jackie is an actress. Let me tell you, I went back and watched the season reunion, the reunion from season 7, when this whole thing, fell out with her and what she said about Buffy and all of that. So I was like, I don't want to watch this season. Let me just watch Reunion. And Dr. Jackie is quite the actress. It's all very dramatic. Um, anyway, let's not get off subject. Toya is giving her input, but I feel like Toya doesn't like Quad, and so her input doesn't matter. Like this whole scene, this whole thing has been put in place. I don't know who put it into place, but it seems kind of stupid. Like if this is how this was gonna be, y'all should have just negotiated however many weeks to have her here for this stupid, not stupid, for this girl's wedding to Dr. G. You know what I'm saying? And because all of that was fun. We enjoyed it, we laughed, it was entertaining. This don't feel fun, this feels different. And everybody keeps saying, well, this is what happened to Mariah. Okay, but this is the difference. Mariah is still married to medicine. Mariah's lifestyle is not going to change because when she came into the show with all her money, her man was already Dr. Mariah, Dr. Huff. So, yes, she, missed out on this opportunity. The way I don't agree with how this whole thing played out with Mariah. I'm just saying this is the difference. Quad is not that. She's no longer married to medicine. It's just kind of messed up to me when you start going after people's check because y'all aren't friends. Quad hasn't done anything more to y'all than all of y'all have done shit to each other, all the way down to anyway. It's busting through my bones to talk about that season, but I want to get through this review about this week's episode, and then we'll talk about that after, because I noticed some things just looking back, and I was like, okay, bravo. Simone's all, you don't hang out with us unless there's an event or it's time for filming, and okay. And I'm gonna say this. That's why Quad doesn't belong here anymore. I ain't got no problems with, and I'm a Quad fan. I would love to see her do something different, because I want, I would like to see this successful woman keep on doing things that's making her successful and not being thrown out of her, livelihood because these bitches are like, you didn't call me for lunch until now. Anyway, I think their lifestyles are different. I think it's been a long run and it's time to switch it up. Sweet Tea ain't switching it up necessarily, but we'll see, because she's a feisty one. And that, I don't know if y'all thought she was going to be this feisty, but she seems quite feisty. Anyway, the way they dismissed Quad affected my mood for the rest of the show. So y'all could have, like I said, didn't involve us in the exit of Quad. It was really unnecessary, because I don't think the show is like, we've had the show without Quad before. You know what I'm saying? It's not that one monkey don't stop no show. Not this show anyway. I just feel like it just affected the way everything else that played out. I could have felt differently about it. Toya puts an end to the dinner. She's got business tomorrow, and she just wants people around her that she trusts and that are supportive of her. And again, you invited her here, so y'all didn't have that kind of trusting, supportive relationship. Y'all could have did this dinner, this kick Quad out dinner back at the crib, because y'all was really doing a whole lot of extra. Quad came in there. I don't think there's anything that she could have done. They keep saying accountability. I don't know what accountability looks like for them, but I don't think there's anything that she could have done or said that was gonna make them feel any better. She's been this the whole time. Like, all of a sudden, from the very beginning, if you say she did this, she's gonna say, "But how did I feel about it?" And I guess it's, human nature to jump into defense mode, but this is who Quad is. And y'all, it's almost like Tamar. Tamar, came into the scene with a whole bunch of .com pop doo-wop doo-wop bop bop, and then she was too much, but we enjoyed her too much. And then all these years later, we're like, oh my God, she's too much. Well, she been too much. It was just, it gets exhausting after a while. And Quad is dramatic. So that part is true. But I think accountability, everybody has to take some accountability. Don't ask her to take accountability on her end when y'all aren't. Because all she's saying is like, I got hurt too. She could be like, okay, I'm sorry, I hurt you. But she needs to receive, and some understanding that it wasn't just out of nowhere. I did do those things, but it was for a reason. So I feel bad that I did it? Yeah, but was it for no reason? Y'all did some shit to me too. And they can go back and forth and back and forth. Her and Toya have gone so much back and forth. I think both of them should just stay the hell away from each other. I feel like they could be in the room and just don't engage. So the four core go back to the room, plus Phaedra. So I don't know how she moved to the front of the line, but that lady that never gets to say anything, Alicia, I think her name is, and Sweet Tea were sent back to their rooms, and the core four plus Phaedra went to Toya's room. And so they all sat around in this little teeny circle and decided that this isn't working. Quad's energy is just not gonna work for them, so they need for her to exit the vacation immediately. The fuck did you have her come out there for? That was so dumb. That was so dumb. I think that's just made it worse. Like, we're all looking at it like, y'all have to do the girl like this, because it's gotten way uglier than whatever y'all are, was ever. She just didn't call y'all when filming wasn't happening. So, like I said, way worse things have happened. Y'all are bugging. Fucking. Jackie had the nerve to say, when your negative traits outweigh your positive traits, then it's a problem. Is that right, Dr. Jackie? Because I heard some negative traits. Seems like you have a problem. Having a feeling today ain't your favorite day. Now, 3 of the core 4 plus Phaedra are looking at Toya to make a decision. And Toya's like, well, I'm about to call her up. Calls her up and says, come on over to the room. Quiet came over there. She got on her bathrobe. She was about to relax and take a shower. She thought, we were done for the day. Quiet walked in and Toya said, we have an OG powwow plus Phaedra. Right. Phaedra said she didn't have problems with Quiet. Simone says she doesn't have any problems with Quiet. Dr. Jackie told Heavenly she has to be mad, so Heavenly's mad because Heavenly does whatever the hell Dr. Jackie tells her to. That shit's weird. So she sits down and Simone basically tells her that none of the ladies there have any type of emotional connection to her as well, including Phaedra. What is wrong with the emotional connection between Quad and Phaedra? I thought they were fine, but apparently she no longer has any type of emotional connection either. And so, thank you for your time. Have a nice day. They asked her to leave, and she was so confused. And they went back and forth about whose feelings got hurt by who. And I was like, why? Just leave, girl, just leave, because this is embarrassing. Stop begging these bitter bitches to be their friend. So, I get it, because she was probably like, this is my job. Y'all are fucked up. That's how, that's probably how that's how she looked at it. I mean, in my mind, like I said, she ain't got to stay, but this is definitely fucked up. So I can see why So Dr. Jackie has a Zoom call with Kamala Harris. I probably would have felt differently about this had she not, had I not witnessed what, happened prior. Jackie's all like, I have arrived. I'm sitting next to the VP. That means I did something right. She's very much all about Jackie, and she's very much tight around the center. I feel like she's been Botoxing, but I mean, that's what you do. She's the whole doctor. Thing one, I'm like, so who else seen this besides us? So are you spreading the awareness amongst the Married to Medicine community? I don't know that we need Kamala Harris for that. She showed up and she did all the talking, not the doctor. The doctor didn't do the talking. So, okay. 1-833 TLC Mama. That's the hotline for women, who are, if you're feeling any type of way during your pregnancy. It sucks that Kamala was talking about broadening the Medicaid opportunities for women throughout the country. I think she said only 32 states, and so that's kind of crazy. That's super crazy. Isn't that weird? Like how there's this whole sector, and I mean, get mad if you want to, then log off. There's this whole sector of people who are so I don't even like the term pro-life because I don't want it to apply that, you're not pro-life, not, that you're not pro-life. Anyway, there's this sector of people that are so supportive of taking away women's rights to choose. And then those same individuals won't take care of the kids or the women that are bearing the children through this whole process of birth and delivery. It's super ironic and crazy. Anyway, I don't want to piss nobody off, but that's just, that's just what I was thinking. So we're seeing it here. Like I said, I didn't know about it before. So not that I'm about to have anybody's baby, but it's good information to have. I have young daughters. I had a Trinidadian doctor. She was kind of amazing. I felt very blessed. to be in the hands of a Black woman. But that was only for one pregnancy. Listen, you need an advocate. Like if you're on Medicaid or, not in the tax bracket to be able to afford to go to Dr. Jackie, because the people say it out here in the streets, and by the people, I mean Buffy, that Dr. Jackie don't even accept Medicaid. But that's okay. She's not the only doctor. And you find a doctor that you're comfortable with, but you also need an advocate. You need somebody there that's, be like, I don't know about that. So Dr. Jackie has this video with Dr. Heavenly that's been going around. And I ain't gonna play it, but it ain't really hard to find. It's everywhere. But she did say out of her mouth that Black women basically go to the doctors whining and playing, what do they call it? Crying wolf. And it's just so irritating. And so maybe if they didn't do that. And I was like, oh, whoa. And then Buffy came out and blasted her ass all over the place because Buffy hates Dr. Jackie. And we'll talk about that after this. And she told us all that Dr. Jackie don't take Medicaid. And you're like, so Dr. Jackie. So on top of the way that we had to see Quad get dismissed, now we have to see that Dr. Jackie don't like Black women in my Kanye voice. Like, what is happening with that? That's crazy. That's unfortunate. So I really, you want to be proud of Dr. Jackie because all you've heard prior to this, week is how all we've heard is how Dr. Jackie brings, validity to the show, and she's the doctor and she's the anchor, and now she on here using Bioline on her face, and that's a Catwoman reference. If you don't know, then don't worry about it. But her face is awfully stiff. And selling her products, and those are all things, though, honestly, that we admire her for. Still, like, it's admirable, but it just kind of makes you feel like disappointed at the same time in Dr. Jackie. I think Dr. Jackie should hear as much as possible how disappointed we all are. Fix it. This ain't the first time you did this. Anyway, there's a wine tasting event over to the vineyard. They're sitting outside. They talk a little bit about the way things went the night before. Simone says she lost her appetite. I guess so, because y'all over here vying for Dr. Jackie's approval still all these years later, you and Heavenly. And it seems like somehow Toya done moved up to the top of the food chain, right there across the table from Dr. Jackie. I mean, it ain't the wine of it, it's just the whole chess game of it all. Interesting. It's hard to tell who orchestrated to get rid of Quad. I think it was Toya's idea and Jackie just went along. And then she got her minions to follow suit. And Simone, you get to be the spokesperson. So that's why you didn't get to eat your food last night. Dr. Jackie, I was going to say something really out of line, but I'm not going to stoop to the level that I've seen these ladies stoop to. It's embarrassing. So I'm going to leave that alone. Sweet Tea said it was cold and she couldn't eat hearty. And it looked cold. So maybe nobody ate, but we know Dr. Jackie didn't. And we know Simone didn't because she was nervous. She had to kick Quad off the show. Y'all production is seriously, y'all didn't have to do her like that. It was just kind of stupid. Toya says she woke up feeling light. Y'all told the bitch to go. She's gone. And now on, it's all about me. I'm that girl. Simone said Quad's departure is taking the cloud away from the group. And I'm like, she was bringing a whole cloud to the group. Y'all are so full of shit. Jackie came down from her pedestal. She's done talking with the vice president. So now she can come sit down with the peasants. And what are we doing? We're drinking wine and what? Fill me in. First, I'll fill you in on how, the vice president, she's so friendly. And she's like, hi, how are you doing? And okay, Dr. Jackie, it's kind of weird, to be honest. The man is like bringing everything around, and they're getting ready to do the wine pairing, and Simone's like, I'll just have another rosé. Simone, that's not what a wine tasting, what a wine pairing is. You can just drink the rosé after. It's supposed to be an experience, girl. You think you would know that, and you over here calling Heavenly ghetto. Is she really? Well, yeah, she is. Both of y'all ghetto. That's why Dr. Jackie recruited you. Oh shoot, Toya, is that the support you was looking for when you bring your friend over here to experience this thing and her be like, just bring me another Coke 45. Um, Heavenly over here toasting the sweet tea. Okay, Heavenly. So now your friend Quad is gone, so now you toasting the sweet tea. So are you trying to use this girl to be your friend so you can have somebody to joke on when you get to your YouTube channel? And then be like, don't let me say that. Oh, I'm just playing, and blurt out her business. Yeah, I'm mad at Quad. She on Twitter telling Quad sorry. Girl, I watched the episode. They did not have to do you like that. You were there participating. Real loud and vocal. Toya has a real meeting with the blind people. She takes Phaedra. Phaedra floats along with her Fendi thing, looking ghetto fabulous. A long blonde wig down to the floor. She looked like a 70s movie person. Oh, my hopes. Starring Bishop Don Juan. Meanwhile, Sweet Tea is over there at the table, handing out flasks full of. I guess she had shared her Crown Royal that she had in the purple bag last week. Woo wee! Y'all sent Quad out, and y'all having a good old. I know y'all like that brown. Yeah, mix it with the rosé. That's a fabulous idea. The husbands are hanging out. What the hell are they doing? Are they running out of ideas? Don't none of them look like they be standing around playing Wii? Is that what that was? Because they're all old now because they can't play real sports, so they have to play sports on the video game thing. This is definitely over to Cecil's house. Looks like one of Cecil's toys that he keeps over there at the, what does he call it? At the boom boom room or whatever the hell it is. You can tell they're old because nobody calls their shit the boom boom room. Alicia's husband, Chow, they're bringing in, bringing the extras. Alicia's husband said he's never ever stayed alone with his children before. If he's never stayed alone with the children before, I don't know that now is a good idea. Call a nanny. Make sure the children are okay. You got to let that happen in baby steps. Like she's never went to the store and came back and make sure you didn't fuck up everything. And now she's all the way in Napa Valley. She said he's always been a babysitter. He says Simone used to make him babysit other people's children. And y'all are down there in the toy room playing video games. I cannot. While the doctors are off in Napa Valley drinking Crown Royal in a vineyard. Y'all got to stop. I cannot. Okay, now that I'm saying it back, I'm kind of entertained. I'm more entertained by me than I was by that show, though. Anyway, I'm just saying. Now, Dr. Sweet Tea, he said he's very glad they got rid of Quad. I guess, because if they hang around each other, then Quad's going to sabotage your life. And now that I think about it, Dr. G, I mean, I get where you come from. It's a real marriage, and Yeah. I mean, another reason for Quad not to be there. The ladies are having dinner and they're discussing marriage. It's like a bunch of unhappily married women talking about, I don't know, how to keep their husbands. Simone says that her and Cecil, the arguments they have are very trivial. I'll guess, girl. And Heavenly admits that, her mouth is reckless. What a revelation. Now, Alicia says she emasculates her husband, be telling the man that, he ain't the man over here if she's got to be hammering things. And I'm like, why are you hammering things? I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not mad at the man for not hammering things because she said he had people, to wait on him and stuff. He's African. So, child, let me just throw it in there now. I think this is the show we need because something needs to change. So since we're over here with the Africans and Wendy and Nneka is not giving, I'm not gonna put it on Wendy. Wendy, just Nneka. They're not giving us a whole lot of what we need. They're not giving us a whole lot of what is that show on Netflix? Famous and African. Yeah, I need more of that. What if there was a show with Quad and Portia, Shamia and Monica? Those are the four so far. We'll revisit it next week. I'll have four more by next week. Anyway, this lady says she emasculates her husband over to the house, and in public though she'd be acting real like, like put, in her place. And I don't know what's going on over there. That doesn't make sense. I guess we'll see. Be careful putting all your shit out there now, Alicia. Don't be too desperate because they'll ransack your ass the same way they did Buffy and then send you on your walking papers and then your life is all in shambles. So be careful with that. I guess we're getting a break before Christmas. We need a break. This is how you break, I guess. We need a break. Phaedra's somewhere with a gong and yoga mats. I'm not doing that. So y'all can stop. This is, y'all brought Phaedra over here. Phaedra is not entertainment. Never has been. Not for me. So whatever she's doing, if y'all want to go lay on mats with Phaedra and listen to her gong, go ahead and do that. I think that's stupid. Now, Sweet Tea is calling somebody a bitch. And Heavenly and Simone is calling each other stupid hoes. They're so classy. Thank goodness Quad and her black cloud is gone because look at how lovely they're getting along with each other now that she's out of the picture. Curtis don't want no smoke, and Sweet Tea is trying to hold his feet to the fire. Y'all underestimated Sweet Tea, I think. Maybe that's who she was calling a bitch was Heavenly, probably. No, Heavenly was arguing with Simone, so maybe she was calling child. This is later in the season, so now we got a break. It looks interesting. So I just want to talk about this a little bit. I went back and I watched the reunion from season 7 where this whole shit kind of blew up. Now Jackie was over here on the couch and she had these bangs and a ponytail thing in the back, and she was scooched down, and Heavenly was like sitting in front of her, like, her guard, her, what do you call it, her bodyguard was creepy. And so what had happened was during the season, this Buffy came on the show. Buffy was being uppity. I don't, they all got a character, so I'm not gonna be mad at Buffy for coming in with her. But she wasn't even supposed to be a cast member. She was only a friend of the show, according to her. Anyway, there's some big event that Dr. Jackie is having, and she stood on stage in front of a room full of people and announced to the room that Buffy was barren and that she could have had no children. I forget what word she used. It was something like that. But I mean, not fertile or whatever she said, It was nasty, and she shouldn't. I was that lady, and why would she say that? And then she was like, "Sorry." I was just like really caught up in my book, and and I just felt like saying it. Like I was so excited, and I was like, "You were excited to tell a room full of people that this lady, has been unable to produce children, and think that she wouldn't be affected by that." And she held it down in that moment, but for whatever reason, they can never really Buffy ain't never accept her apology because Buffy is actively on the internet a day or so ago calling her a motherfucker. And she called her everything under the sun but Dr. Jackie. Heavenly and Simone is on the couch screaming fuck you to each other. And I'm like, oh my God, it's always been, and this is the thing. And Dr. Jackie wanted to give this one last heartfelt apology. And she said it exactly the same, like 6 times in a row. I never, ever meant to hurt you. Never, ever. By the bottom of my heart, I never, ever. I was like, stop, Dr. Jackie, and the scene. That's what it was giving. I was entertained by it. I ain't gonna lie. I sat there and was like, let me just hear this part, and I end up watching the whole, rest of it. Because, child, if you wanna, if you want to go back and see how manipulative Dr. Jackie is, it was crazy. So Dr. Jackie tells Heavenly that Quad is using her, and Dr. Jackie is actively using Dr. Heavenly. It's kind of crazy. Dr. Jackie keeps loud friends around her so she can sit back and remain poised and then disassociate from her friends and go do great things and then come back and tell her friends like how amazing she is. It's funny. And and Heavenly and Simone have a very similar, like, big mouth type of personality. And so this is where the shit was really got broke down. Dr. Jackie chose Heavenly. And boy, the Heavenly was fighting hard for that spot. Like the whole way when Buffy was going back and forth with Jackie, because like I don't care how excited you was about your book. There's no reason for you to be outing this woman about her fertility issues in front of a room full of people you don't know. Nobody does that. That was intentional. And Dr. Jackie knows it was intentional because she's very conniving. And I can't believe I never saw it before. Like I knew she was like very, it's just a little more weird than I thought it was. That's all I'm saying. Heavenly, remember, she went tweeting how Cecil was out of work, at home, jobless, drunk. Oh my God, that's not funny, but this is the thing. The whole issue, with, I mean, Heavenly hitting below the belt, and Heavenly and Simone were cool, kind of. Simone clearly is one of these people that's like, this is my best friend and not your best friend. And, they was fighting to be Jackie's best friend for whatever reason. Maybe Jackie put them in positions that they, would have had to work harder for. I don't know. There's some type of, Jackie worship going on. Heavenly put Simone's business out there and it was an issue. And Jackie chose Heavenly, sure did. Simone said, with the things Heavenly has said about my husband, do you think I would ever fuck with Heavenly again? I guess, girl, because fast forward to now, you and Heavenly are kind of like, maybe not really, because then, we do see during the season they back on fuck you again. But they doing all this and everybody stays. Nobody gets thrown off. Nobody gets a powwow. Heavenly and Simone were going back and forth, and what's his name? Andy was like, Shut up. Like, are we good? You know how it gets when they be at the reunion going back and forth, and Andy can't get him to shut up. And Dr. Jackie grabbed Heavenly and was like, I want you to be quiet. And Heavenly was like, okay. I was like, that's some weird shit. I'm sure I thought it was weird before, but I super duper think it's weird now. Um, Toya called, they asked how, remember when Toya sat on Curtis's lap? Child, did nobody ask her to leave? She talked about Toya sat her fat ass on Curtis's lap. And we've seen this season on the stripper bus how much Curtis enjoys fat ass. They're going back and forth. Jackie and Simone get up and they profess their love to each other. They get up and hug. Heavenly kind of like sucks it down a little bit. I think she liked it, but the bottom line is right after Jackie hugged Simone, she I would quit the show. That's what I would do rather than lose my friendship between Simone and myself and Heavenly too. I quit the show. I'm not going to choose my friend. I don't, both of them is my bottom bitch. That's what Dr. Jackie was saying. Then I remember, I feel like the season, like right after that, Jackie tried to come back and like not talk to Simone and say the reason why she wasn't talking to her is because Simone took her side, took Buffy's side. It was real weird. Anyway, at the end of the day, they're all still there. Nobody got thrown off. I mean, we're still here. And so we'll see how everything pans out. I'm so disappointed in Dr. Jackie, and I hate that they, let Quad go like that. But it is what it is, y'all. Like the video, subscribe to my channel, and yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.